We're doing a part 2 to our Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and look who I found. This is Lana Clark. And you can see there's a copy of her program for her funeral. Lana Clark right there. So obviously she was cremated, and she's in this urn right here. You can see her name, Lana Clark. And there's a rosary. And there she is. And I came up here because I was thinking that Fay Ray was up here, but she's not. I actually found out, I figured out where Fay Ray is, but look at this place. It's just absolutely so incredible. And Lana Clark is right there. If you come up this domed area, Lana Clark is right there. If you ever wanted to pay your respects to her. If anybody doesn't know who Lana Clark is, she was murdered by Phil Spector. Phil Spector is probably the most famous music producer in the history of music. And he had a wig, obviously, because he was completely, he might be literally the ugliest man that ever lived. And without his wig, he just looked so weird. But he had a wig that was like literally skyrocketing tall. And I mean, so he was tried for her murder. And I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, but it might have been like a hung jury maybe at first. And regardless, he ended up, look at this, Marie Elvira. But we're going to go and head over inside this mausoleum, and we're going to find the crypt of Judy Garland. That's what we're looking for right now, is Judy Garland. And look at this, like if you're trying to make a mortuary scene in your haunted house, I mean, this is like, this is what it's all about. I gotta take a picture. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. Look at this. We're just kind of like walking around. We're looking for Judy Garland. But like this is the epitome right here. Look at that. Do you hear how silent it is? You can't hear anything. It's crazy. It's like I'm walking around all by myself. It's so quiet. I just got a notification from ESPN. Everyone in here has been entombed here in the 20s, the 40s, the 30s. They've been here for a long time. Long, long time. And look what we just ran into. Oh, it opens, thankfully. And there's my rental car. And inside this building right here is Judy Garland. She's inside of this building. Now there is one grave I would like to visit. It's in a really famous cemetery where Michael Jackson's at. Oh, hello. And the haunted house industry would understand when I told you the name of it, the name of the person I'd like to go see, is Don Post. Don Post is buried here in Los Angeles. He is famous for the Michael Myers mask. Don Post is also famous for, like, the most famous mask ever was Tor Johnson from Plan 9 from Outer Space. But Don Post was the original mask maker. And he's buried here in California. Right here in California. Now look at this. Now they got some good digs right here. Now don't get me wrong, I'd rather be out here breathing. But this reminds me of, like, Michael Jackson's crypt. That's how Michael Jackson's crypt is, at the end of a hallway in a tomb all by itself. I'm going to try and get in there sometime. But look at this. This place is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Now we have to figure out, where is Judy Garland? I know she's here. But is she inside this building? Hey, do you know where Judy Garland is? Judy Garland? Judy Garland.
I'm not sure. I just work on the fire alarm.
Oh, okay. And I don't know if there's an entrance over here. It looks like no. So Judy Garland has to be inside of here. Is Judy Garland in there?
She is not. She's one more down.
One more down?
I think she's one more down, yeah. She's real easy to find though.
Okay. Well, that's what we're doing. We're looking for Judy Garland's crypt. One more down, they said. You know, I'll tell you what though. Isn't this just a nice casual little walk? It's a nice little breeze. And we're looking for Judy Garland. There she is. Look at that. Look at her. Cheers for her. Judy Garland, right there. I'll come to you smiling through the years. Died in June 22nd, 1969. And look on the floor. There's a red shoe. Judy Garland. And it looks like everything else is empty. What else is around here? There's some Wizard of Oz stuff there. Wow, Judy Garland stuff there. And there she is, Judy Garland from the Wizard of Oz. Unbelievable. It's like that, all that history of Judy Garland is just like right there. She wasn't just in, she was also in a movie called Meet Me in St. Louis, which was, you know, connected to where I live. She was in a lot of movies, but nothing more famous than Wizard of Oz. I would assume that Marilyn Monroe is the most visited grave in all of Los Angeles area, and I would imagine Judy Garland would probably be second. I could be wrong, but that would be my guess. Well, there you have it. So we did a little part 2. We got to see Judy Garland. And by the way, in my other video, I walked right past Cecil B. DeMille. It was on the backside, unfortunately. And I know where Fay Ray is now as well. She is right next to a bench. I could find it very easily now if I went back over there. But here is Judy Garland. So if you want to find it, you can see the main entrance, which looks like an Egyptian museum. And just to the left of it, the very first entry. And I didn't know. I mean, I asked somebody. I just knew it was in this area. And there it is, Judy Garland. You can't miss that, right? Well, I hope you guys don't think I'm just like Mr. Morbid because I like visiting graveyards, because I do like visiting graveyards. And you know, it was really important to me when my mom passed away to get a memorial for her. And maybe I'll go out to that graveyard and do a video. Why not? And just put that out there. But there's a lot of Easter eggs on that, because you know, it's me. Of course I have to do that. I was looking for a religious saying at the bottom, and I found one that had the word darkness in it. So that's the one I picked. My mom helped me build the darkness, and so it was kind of fitting. And then of course it has 2 pumpkins on it. Now if I get buried there, I will definitely make sure that it says Dr. Frightener, and I'm saying that for my buddy Alex. Why not? But this place is just massive. Rows and rows and rows. Rows and rows. You know, I would love to find Drake, the guy who was the dentist, but I got to get rolling. Every time I come to Los Angeles, I visit a cemetery. And you know what? This time I visited 2. And I'm going to show you one more thing that's kind of interesting, kind of fun. So let's look at Judy Garland. Now look at where we're walking. We're walking this way. Now, let me get in the shade so you can see better. Okay, is there any more fitting place for Judy Garland to be buried? Let's zoom in. Let's keep zooming in. And do you see what that says back there? That's the Hollywood sign. So if you ever wanted to climb up to the Hollywood sign, you can. Do you think this was strategically placed here when this cemetery was built? And do you think Judy Garland was buried here on purpose? Probably. Because Hollywood sign is parallel to Judy Garland and where she's buried. Because there's the Hollywood sign, and there's Judy Garland. Now, you know they have a pinball machine dedicated to the Wizard of Oz, and they've got a sign-in book here dedicated to Judy Garland. Judy, we love you. There's no place like home. Wow. I think I'll sign it. Why not? Here we go. Now, let me tell you, my mom was named Judy as well. There we go. I put my mom's name on it. My mom's name was Judy. Could have been named after Judy Garland, I don't know. Anyway. Well, thanks for coming on this little journey with me to find Judy Garland's grave. And we also saw Lana Clarkson. And most of you wouldn't think Lana Clarkson's very popular or famous, but she is, because people love those crime dramas. And I can pretty much guarantee you that Netflix will be doing that soon, I would imagine, because they do everything else. So, and by the way, if you want the same kind of treatment that Judy Garland got, looks like that's vacant there, right there. There is a lot of Jewish names in here, but that's about wrapping this one up. So hopefully you had a safe trip watching this video, and you made it all the way through without joining the graveyard yourself. And we'll talk to you soon. We're gonna start heading over to Monster Palooza.